Hey there. It's Dan.
And Rob.
And you are the Mind Body Melt. Ah! Rob is very excited, as you can tell. He has the topic he's going to jump right into. This microphone is handing itself over to Rob right now.
Great. Thank you, Daniel.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Topic today, fitness-based. I guess you would call it the myth of the 10,000 steps. And this is something that's kind of come into the forefront.
Okay. I was going to count to 10,000, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. You're breaking my stride, man. I'm trying to make a point here. That's okay. I let him do it. He's fine. By the way,
7, 8, go ahead.
I'm looking outside. You ever notice we tape these all the time and it's like a torrential downpour?
It rains all the time.
I feel like I'm in Blade Runner. I feel like I'm in the future where there's no sun.
There will be a day where we have sunny videos, and we're looking forward to that.
Oh God, it's like, oh, what's that orange orb in the sky? I'll be like the ancient Mayans.
But thankfully, our perspective has changed on it. You know, in the past, we just get angry, and our expectations, previous video, would be too high. It's like, why isn't it sunny outside? Now it's just, you embrace it. You know, it's raining. I'll put a rain jacket on. I'll use my wipers.
Or it's a nice day. It'll just rain again tomorrow. Wah, wah. That little chestnut. So anyway, what was I saying? 10,000 steps. The myth of the 10,000 steps. As with the advent of Fitbits and things of that nature and little gizmos here, which I love, by the way, or even on your phone, you have the ability to chronicle what you're doing for fitness. And I think there's a positive in that, in the fact that it encourages people to get involved and try to do something. But with that has come the almost mythical 10,000 step expectation. And what that is, and if you're not familiar with it, somewhere along the lines they developed 10,000 steps as your arbiter for fitness. 10,000 steps translates into 5 miles. And it's like, well, if you're doing this 5 miles a day, well, that's your first step towards fitness. The problem with that is everybody is different. Everybody is different. So,
I see what he did there.
yeah, a little play on words.
Ooh.
So what Dan does for 5 miles walking could be totally different from what I'm doing and how it affects my metabolic rate, how it affects my cellular focus, my breakdown, if you will. And if I'm walking on a path that's flat, straight, and we've talked about this before, cortisol levels, etc., I could be walking in slow motion for those 10,000 steps, and it's not going to make a bit of difference. Whereas Dan could be walking on an incline, he could be walking up a hill for those 10,000 steps, and he's going to get a much more profound difference in whatever happens.
Even speed too. You know, someone could be walking really slow.
Right.
It could take hours, and nothing's going to happen. Where someone could be doing intervals, walking fast, walking slow. Somebody could just be walking fast the whole time.
So anyway, I did a little bit of research on it, and I found that the term, and we're around the time of the Winter Olympics. Apparently, the Tokyo Olympics back in 1964, some researchers or scientists developed the first pedometer, and it was called something called a pedomi. Ped meaning man, mo, walking, steps, and 10,000 got in there, and it almost achieved a mystical type of, what would you call it? Something mystical.
Something
okay.
mystical.
Well, it was something where it became the standard, if you would, was standard bearer. And because we're kind of consumed with everything from the Far East, it kind of migrated its way to North America and English-speaking cultures. So they use that as your litmus test, your 10,000 steps. But once again, reiterating, everybody is different. I think if you use that as your milepost, if you are a sedentary person and you want to start, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think more realistically, and once again, setting your expectation levels, start with like 2,500 steps. Start with 5,000 steps. The point being, just get moving.
Move.
Just move. The body was meant to be in motion.
Yes.
So if you've been sedentary, get up and walk. 10,000, okay, if that's something arbitrary that you have to shoot for and you feel that you have to obtain and that's a goal that you're going to set for yourself, by all means, that's fine. But that shouldn't be the only barometer of fitness. That should be a starting point and build upon that.
Great.
Here.
Oh, it's
Take the
coming.
mic.
I'm taking it because I have something to say.
Oh,
So I'm gonna give a really boring answer, but here's what I think it comes down to is
I'm just going to take
he's gonna take a nap.
Where's my pillow?
The My Pillow is a great pillow, by the way.
It is. That's going to be another shameless plug.
We'll see that. Yes. Future videos. Look at us brainstorming on the road. Anyways, so a baby swan.
A baby swan.
Or Canadian geese. Anyways, awareness. Let's focus on what we're doing here.
Okay. Your
So-
hand's in the way of my head.
Oh.
Wait.
He wants to be seen, apparently.
I do.
It's all about you. Ooh,
I-
fancy boy wants to be
I
seen.
crave attention. Look
So-
at me.
That's what
the
it was.
Fancy land.
Seinfeld.
You're a dandy.
That's what it was.
That's Cabin Boy. Oh no, that's from Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, he has the fur coat on.
Yeah, that's like,
Great
love
episode.
me, worship me, kisses. Remember that?
I have to go back and watch it. Anyways,
Superintendent.
you're watching this. You want an answer. So,
You're like, shut up.
you idiot, stop talking. But no, tell me what I want to hear. Anyways, 10,000 steps. Here's the thing. In life, everything I found, you have people who are extreme in life, and then you have people who are balanced. And if you're looking at 10,000 steps, you can do it one of two ways. One is the extreme way, where it's like, I need my 10,000, or I feel like a failure, or I didn't do enough, or you beat yourself up, whatever it might be. Then there's people who are like, whatever, they don't really care, they don't even pay attention at all. 100 steps today, it's too far the other way. The truth is somewhere in between. So I think the best way to look at it is, from a healthy perspective, is aim for 10,000 as a number, as a goal, as something to set your mind toward, but don't beat yourself up if you don't get the 10,000 steps.
Right.
If you get to it, fantastic, feel good. If you don't beat yourself up, make a plan to get to it the next day. And it really, I know a couple of people too, they're in an office all day long, they're in accounting and bookkeeping. And it's, I mean, if you think about that job, it's really sitting down the whole day. And they're at the computer for 8 hours a day. And that person was very nice. They didn't slam on and they merged properly. That's rare.
They actually signaled.
They signaled. You please use your signals when
I think
merging.
I think we're on the cusp of a golden age of civility again.
Wow. We're gonna have Shambhala on Earth, and that's gonna be people using their directionals when they drive. But anyways, so they took a couple of clients, accounting and bookkeeping, and what they do is they just get up, and their whole lunch break is just walking around. And they live in a cold climate, and they'll walk outside in the wintertime. They'll walk around the office. They'll go up and down the stairs, and they'll just find a way, or their neighborhood when they get home, and just do it. Listen to an audiobook, listen to music.
Have a
So,
dog,
or they have a dog. That'd be an option too. They could walk their dogs.
walk a cat.
They do have cat body leashes, but I don't know. Anyways, so my 2 cents: aim for 10,000 steps. Try to do it. Make it about balance. And again, coming back to your other point you made, 10,000 steps. It kind of is an arbitrary number, but it's also a number. Even though it's a number that's arbitrary, I still like it as a good point, because if you are doing 10,000 steps, regardless of how long your legs are, how fast you walk, you're still getting your blood pumping. It's enough steps to get somewhat of a workout. You know, you could start with 1,000 or 2,000, but eventually,
Yes.
we're back. Eventually, try to build up to 10,000, maybe even more. Those are my 2 cents. Any closing thoughts, Robert?
No, Dan, I think you pretty much surmised it and encapsulated everything. My ramblings.
Encapsulate is a good vocab word.
Yeah, word of the day.
Encapsulate.
Encapsulate. I think you pretty much summarized everything that I said. My prattlings, my ramblings. So I appreciate that. That's why he's here. See, he's the voice of reason. He's the backbone of this business. Because if it was up to me, I'd be making God knows what kind of videos. So I defer to Dan all the time. Voice of reason. He pulls me back in.
On that note, hope you have a lovely, lovely day. If you're in traffic, please use a directional. I greatly appreciate it. And start walking, start moving, and most of all, enjoy life. Until next time.